We saw that there is an imbalance in the market between the buy side and the sell side. While the buyers today have all the amazing technology of buying specific audiences and specific users with great targeting and capabilities, the sell side is pretty much like, they dump it to an exchange or an SSP that does the maximum to maximize their revenue and their yield. There aren't really a lot of technology sitting on the sell side to basically help dynamically allocate impressions and to help them maximize their revenue across all the platforms. So with that notion, we basically started the business with building a machine learning technology that helps publishers to sell their inventory at the highest possible price. We think human beings cannot do it. It's machines that are now doing it programmatically. Working with one exchange limits your capabilities with that specific exchange, with that different capabilities. So we basically built a router, a technology router that understands and allocates our publisher impressions across the different platforms and across the different exchanges with the right data, the right floor pricing, automatically for the publishers. We're based out of Tel Aviv in Israel. Very tech-focused business, so the majority of people are engineers working on the machine learning and the algorithms aspect of things. We built the technology for the first 2 years, and for the last 18 months, almost 2 years now, that we're starting, we're selling to publishers. We're running billions and billions of impressions across the industry and work with the vast majority of the exchanges and ad networks. The exchanges and SSPs and platforms that exist. We started in display. We're now very large in mobile, and video is coming next. So those are the 3 shots of the company. We started not with the largest publishers, actually with very large publishers, but not with the brand name publishers. So we wanted to build the technology and make sure that it's in scale and the technology works. So we went up to the mid-tail publishers that are amazing publishers that have tens of millions of hundreds of millions of impressions, but they're not necessarily the big brand names or the ComScore 100 sites. And that turned out to be really well because the scale is there. The impressions are good. They're performing well on the programmatic space. And now that we accumulated hundreds and hundreds of those publishers, we go now and signing more and more of the top publishers, brand name publishers of the business. But the core is like in the middle of the stack of the middle, where there's a lot of impressions without the capabilities of selling it programmatically the right way and with the right yield system. Publishers leave a lot of money on the table. And we want to be the same way that there are DSPs and trading desks that are helping the buy side. We want to be the technology layer that is sitting between the publishers and the sell.
So is the problem in pricing, inefficiencies? What's the problem in pricing, or where should the pricing be going?
I think the problem in pricing is that each platform handles its publishers and buyers really well. The thing is that buyers buy differently in each exchange. So if I'm a buyer, I can clear at $2, but if I have only bids up to $1.50, I clear at $1.50. I'm not paying $2. So on the publisher side, if you just send it to that exchange, it will clear at $1.50. But with our machine learning technologies, we know how to allocate those impressions, so it's actually sold at $2 or at the maximum price that the market is willing to accept across the platforms. And that's the notion. The notion is like really building a next generation yield optimization system for the publishers. And we don't have advertisers. So we're not an ad network, we're not an SSP. We manage relationships with the publishers on one hand and with a lot of our partners on the sell side across the board in display, mobile, and video.